Hey everyone, welcome back to another war video. This one, war number 11 of season 39 for Loki taking on TCN. You can see basically KarateMike picked my team. I have Stealth Spider-Man making his war debut, Spider-Man 2099 without Antivenom, and Scorpion. So a little bit of a unique team, but let's jump right in. So I'm using Stealth Spider-Man for 3 of my fights today, including this Invisible Woman. Important to note, Invisible Woman is a global defender, but I waited to do my fights until after the boss went down, so I do not have to deal with unsteady ground. So I'm on path 4 here. This is basically if I get 3 debuffs, she gets a pretty powerful Fury. So at this point, I'm just going debuff immune. I put the web foam on because that puts a slow debuff, and with slow, Spider-Man can't miss, so he's got a pretty unique slow debuff. So here, I got the passive Fury up. I'm now going to throw the special one to get the passive Precision. And also, it's important to note with the Scorpion synergy, every time I dash back, it also pauses the slow debuff as well as the Fury and Precision. So with the Scorpion synergy, Stealth Suit Spider-Man, he's also a global attacker, so he's debuff detox. He can get rid of the debuffs that way, but you can see there just attacking into her phase. It doesn't matter. There, I just wanted to make sure that it was reset, and then I combo into her, and that's that. So nothing too terrible. Next fight's going to be Thing on the very next node. Again, going to be using the web foam for the slow debuff. This particular node has the increased defensive ability accuracy. So you can't use someone like Falcon, who's normally a very good Thing counter. So again, just same start here. Want to get up to debuff immunity to get rid of the heal block, and then from here just make sure I get the slow on, and then just keep it on the entire fight. With the slow, you don't have to worry about Thing's rock stacks. You can just attack, and Spider-Man's stats are basically designed so that he never triggers Thing's protection. So you can see there, I crit just about every single hit on that last combo. It just didn't matter. Thing's protection just not showing up. So as long as I keep the slow on, it shouldn't be anything too wild to deal with here. So, just a standard Thing fight. There I, pushed him over, at least got him to empty his rock stacks. Probably should have thrown the special there just to KO, because I think it would have, but here, go for one last combo, and that is that. So Stealth Suit Spider-Man doing pretty well so far. Next will be his last fight of the war. It's going to be Antivenom. Again, Antivenom can be very annoying on this node, especially with the global. Basically, the way that Antivenom works is when he has his... So this is path 1, I guess I should say that, in section 2. So it's never back down, and then basically if they get too many passive regens, they go unblockable. So the way that Antivenom works is when he has the Clintar debuff on the opponent, every time you hit him, he gets a passive regen. So I wanted to do the same thing, just go debuff immune at the first, right at the start to get rid of that debuff, get the Fury, get the Precision, and now it's just a matter of going from there. I did make a mistake. I put the Enervate on, and of course, standard me fashion, decided to let it drop. So I put it back on. It's not as big of a deal with the Scorpion synergy because your web cartridges can last a little bit longer. But here I get up to the special 2, throw the special 2, and Stealth Spider-Man has himself a pretty solid war. So 3 fights for him, but that'll do it for him. Next fight is going to be America Chavez on this buffet node. I'm using Spider-Man 2099. Obviously, no Antivenom on the team for me, so I don't start with the Wither, but that's all right. So here I just, I use a power start 1. My goal is just get up to the special 2, get the Wither on, and then the fight is pretty much over. So here you can see I'm up to the special 2, throw the special 2, does some pretty good damage. Now just baiting out this special 1. Wait for her to block, hit her block a couple times. It's important. So I have the Scorpion synergy, so the ruptures do add up a little quicker. which is definitely nice. But you can see Spider-Man takes care of that fight very quickly, even without the Antivenom synergy. So last fight of the war for me here is going to be the most fun fight of the war. It's going to be this Iron Doom on node 47. So this node's got a lot going on. You can see I'm going to go in with Scorpion. So we kind of overlooked this node in planning. We kind of went back and forth on what to do. This was the last fight of the war. I don't know if you saw the timer. There's less than an hour in war. The outcome has already been determined at this point. I'll keep you on the hook for a little bit longer on that. But basically, you know, we decided to go in with Scorpion here. In a perfect world, I think Null or Red Magneto are probably best here, but I use Scorpion. So Scorpion obviously has got the poisons to help deal with the regen from both the node. This also is never back down, so if I dash back twice, he gets a passive regen. And then also towards the end of Iron Doom's health, he gets that Iron Man like regen. So this way, with the poison mode, I also run max to spare. I'm able to help mitigate it. So there, I throw the special into his block. Not as big a deal. So Iron Doom can't crit. And Scorpion is shock immune in poison mode. So I wasn't too concerned about that right there. So really the big thing, I had the power start 1 from the last fight. My goal here is just to spam special 1. And the reason I'm spamming special 1 is because I think it's a little bit safer with the glance. So obviously this can be a big regen node. So Scorpion can be really good for big regen with his special 2 with the Petrify. But I didn't want to risk that with basically getting up to the special 2, especially with strike counter, and then having the Petrify glance, and then I'm kind of, you know, a little bit in trouble. So with this fight, I'm trying to push him to his special 2 as much as possible because that keeps him out of his aura mode, where you saw earlier in the fight, I threw a special into his aura. Similar to Dr. Doom, he's able to resist the last hit of it. So I want to keep him at special 2. And because Scorpion's block proficiency is just so high, my goal is just to block everything. So here you see that regen triggers, but the poisons and, like I said, I have max to spare, so I'm able to keep him pretty much status quo. At this point, though, I can't throw a special until the regen goes away, so the regen's gone. You can see I've done a pretty good job of managing Never Back Down, and just kind of banking on Scorpion's block proficiency to just really kind of take a couple blocked hits there. He throws that last special 2, and the power stings do it. So Scorpion, you know, really awesome. He's able to take fights that, you know, may not be where he's the best option, but that was a really fun fight, and Scorpion did a really good job managing it. So 5 fights on the war for me. On that one gets me up to 51 fights on the season. I streak up to 6, still the 4 deaths. In terms of the war itself, we did drop this one, so a little bit of a losing streak, unfortunately. Gets us to 7-4. We dropped down to 7th place. So it does look like, unfortunately, the podium is going to be a little out of reach, but that's okay. Still a really good season. Hopefully we can finish strong in this next war, which will be the last of the season. So that will do it for this one. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and I will see everyone soon.